Slugger versus Slugger.
The classic matchup. At one point, this was the only matchup in the game.
Oh, it was like around a year when that was the
I'm
only
just coming in to say
What's up?
Joe is disgusting, and that's all.
What?
What?
He smells like week old feta cheese, like the shit that you get at the supermarket in the plastic bucket or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, model, go back to the grocery
The
store.
little beady cheeses, the fucking goat cheese. You feel me? The little film of fuzz. You know, that peach fuzz, like he actually has, but like also on the cheese.
Is there some beef going on here or something?
Yeah, like I would think this is the first bit.
I wouldn't call it beef, but more like, you know, prime rib because he's getting cooked.
Oh my god, I need to change my damn thing to...
Also, you need to change the colors report, homie.
There we go. There we go. Here we go.
I'm just popping in here because I know for a fact ain't nothing happening with my match. I think like with my match, I'm pretty sure that person's just chalk.
Oh, literally just drop?
No, they didn't drop, but they're not like saying nothing, and they've been picked twice. So.
Oh, all right. That's weird.
Like in 5 games, they get DQ'd.
Is he online? Can you see or?
He's away, but he's online.
Odd.
That's weird.
So because he is not streaming it on Discord as well, I'm gonna just ask now.
Oh, Joe, can you stream it?
Yeah. I'll do it.
Is there history with these two players?
I actually have never heard of these two people in my life, so I think they're actually new players.
First time I've seen them, actually.
Buddy.
But already it looks like
Salt is having an advantage.
they're both looking fairly comfortable with Slugger. Like, you know, they
It's
probably
definitely like the new character player, or the new player character rather. You know?
Yeah.
He's like the most go when it comes to pickup.
Yeah, I feel like he's really good for just like learning the game with. Like with Artist and Spy, like they kind of like changed the Slayer's formula a little bit, and then like Slugger, it kind of feels like, you know, he was like designed around Slayers, you know.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. Like, Artist definitely takes like what Slugger has in terms of like this is built for the engine. It's like, okay, how can we push it with Artist? And then Spy is just out in the fucking, you know, the Arctic Circle doing her own thing.
Both three characters have their own gimmicks. Even though Slugger is more like familiar when it comes to the mechanics of the game. Artist,
they have like the Rivals game design perspective where every character has some sort of like persisting stage control, if that's what you want to call it. Like Slugger has ball. I mean, Spy has a lot of stage control stuff, but like most notably her cannon, since it physically stays on the stage, and Artist has paint.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, and it's kind of even. Look at that. Old stocks.
Little cute little super basic strings. I like to see that.
Yeah, some like basic strings, you could kind of see their they're familiar with like Slugger's toolkit, but still, you know, learning like some of the like nuances.
They're familiar with his moveset, I would say.
Yeah.
Like they're definitely new. Like the raw focus and neutral. I like that. What was that? Salt actually did like a full hop, hold focus in the air, then air dash out. It shows a little bit of a
yeah, that's always like a really good neutral option. Focus in general is just amazing neutral option.
Focus is a problem.
Exactly.
I feel like I cannot say this, but there is no one else that can say this, but White Kevin is actually winning against Salt.
Yeah.
There is a sea of opportunity with these names, and I'm choosing none of them. But there's just a beautiful sea of opportunity the size of a hole punched into drywall, you feel me?
I'm the one that has to say it. I'm off the grid. You won't find me.
You won't find me.
And you won't find me.
Won't find you like they couldn't find you after I was going with you in school, bro. What you mean?
Bro, shut your mouth.
I'm pretty comfortably taking that first match.
It's just like a little bit of movement options and or like movement mistakes, and obviously missing the tech for that last stock kind of put him down a little bit. Do they know about the stage striking?
I'm actually not sure, but it seems like they're both just pretty comfortable with Bay.
Rather not stage striking, but like changing.
Oh, we got
stage.
the same color glitch. Looks like they're gonna play it out though. Yeah.
It might be on your end only because Joe doesn't have it.
Oh. Alright, well.
The classic. Yo, what if you just watch it from Joe's end?
So,
Be a little
you know, I
weird.
might.
You might as well, honestly. Like, it might mess with the bitrate a little bit.
It's 720p and
Oh,
it's
whatever.
seconds.
White Kevin took that stock pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, a couple little F
Oh, the air grab. It missed.
It does seem like White Kevin's just a little bit more comfortable with the game, and like that little bit of comfortability is like really showing in this match.
That and, like, slightly better fundamentals to some extent.
Yeah.
Like, just general
Because-
Platinum Fighter fundamentals.
Yeah.
I think Kevin has better fundamentals as of the moment right now. Because after seeing Model, Brio, and all the other guys utilize this character the way it's supposed to be utilized, I can tell you that Kevin's fundamentals about 2D platformers is actually what is keeping him above his opponent.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. Like, you list 3 Slugger players, and all 3 of them play, like, myself in that list. We all play so different with the same character. It's just
Yeah.
funny.
I
Like,
know you guys play differently, but it's still like when it comes to utilizing the kit, you guys are well aware how to use it properly.
Well, yeah. But, again, newer players. You see a little bit of applications of some of the, the basic stuff.
Ooh, one more.
Side Bs and neutral from Salt are pretty persistent, getting them quite consistently and using them to convert into a little 2-piece.
Kevin is in danger and that whips.
White Kevin is like around the up throw kill %, but I don't know if Salt knows.
I think from
Ooh, nice usage of the ball
actually
there.
kills. Oh wow.
This is looking a little rough for Salt all of a sudden.
Okay, good trade. Kevin is actually taking this lead by a huge mile.
Yeah, ball is always like a really good option for closing out stocks because it pops them up at like a really nice angle, like straight up pretty much, and it's just like almost always a free forward edge. Oh, that was nice.
This makes Salt being salty.
This is gonna sound really weird, but like it feels like Salt has more knowledge of the engine, but they're just getting better player,
Yeah, I can see that.
Nice
Or at least
recovery.
they're like a little more comfortable with using the engine to some extent.
Yeah.
Like I had to put it that way.
Oh, okay, that was
Whoa,
close.
what was that? It did like a no impact land on with the up B going over the ledge.
That was weird.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's kind of awkward. I can't really reproduce it.
Salt.
So,
is in
really-
danger.
Go ahead.
No, Salt is just in the danger zone right now.
Yeah, any real hit from a White Kevin can probably close out the stock. So,
Absolutely.
Just like raw ball and neutral, forward air, up throw. Even just like a raw up air can, seal it out. Down air, I think, at this percent will kill.
Okay, a little bit of rollback there.
Something that Salt's doing a lot, probably because they notice it gives you a little less lag. You kind of get like a no impact land or like I want to say auto cancel, one of the two. When like on the base side platforms when you up smash, and it's like super nice. You just mitigate a lot of that lag, but not enough. White Kevin taking it once again.
Congratulations, my
this
Kevin.
is best of 5 though, so there's still one more match.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks. Thanks for reminding me. I always remember it's best of 2. Best of 3, actually.
Ryan is still having controller problems.
Oh man, I'm surprised.
It's been like he got a new computer in between that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get a new adapter too.
Wait, he got a new adapter?
At this point, I wonder if it might just be like his GameCube controller.
It could be the controller if like the adapter he was using was bad. It could have shorted the controller itself,
Oh man.
which like is a thing if you're not using
Oh, it's
like
Salt.
if you're using non-May flash.
Salt?
Okay, wait a minute, Salt. Okay,
Yeah, it's starting
know?
to look pretty good now.
it's looking like he actually plays this game a little more than like probably a couple days.
Maybe he just finally downloaded the way Kevin plays or something?
Nah, because Kevin wasn't doing confirms like that.
Man.
Okay, Salt.
You know,
Salt is
it's
like,
been
no,
aggressive.
I don't want to get 3-0'd. Will he DI?
That was 4.
Nice little combo there.
Will he DI?
Oh, that has to be salty. That has to be a salty
So,
moment.
one interesting thing about this game is, this game uses melee style DI rather than like the newer games DI with like vectoring and stuff like that. So you generally want to aim for the corner of the blast zone when you're getting hit by something, unless you're at low percent and you want to like hold out.
Well, that's not
like,
necessarily true. Like, you don't want to necessarily aim for the corner. You just want to be perpendicular of the knockback angle.
Yeah, that's a better way of describing it.
Yeah, because like holding to the corner is what you kind of do in Ultimate. Like, there's not really a lot of, there's not ambiguous DI angles like in Ultimate, but they do exist in this game and Melee, Rivals, etc.
Yeah.
And unlike Rivals, for the Rivals players that are popping around here, because there are a couple, I think we have Rottweiler popping around every now and again in the Discord. Rivals kind of auto-corrects your DI a little bit. It's like something for keyboard users, I believe.
Oh, that's weird.
Where like it gives you kind of like optimal-ish angles. That's not a thing in this game.
Yeah.
So like Rivals players might not know how to DI. And that's not like to knock Rivals players. It's just like it's such a thing that you forget about being a thing in there because it's like a silent. Like you're not something. It's not something you actively do. So going back to a platform fighter where you have to